The last topic in our presentation today will be about style sheets, or XSLT. A style sheet is an XML file that contains instructions for translating an XML file into some other format, including HTML, a flat file, or even other XML formats. An XSLT processor is needed to apply the transformation. Your computer has a XSLT processor built in. All modern web browsers contain an XSLT processor, so no extra software would be needed for a typical computer, to do an XSLT transformation. So we'll do a demonstration now showing how you can transform an XML document into an HTML page. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go back to XML Spy for this example. And I've got a sample XML document. Now this is a list of beach advisories for a state agency. And we'll go ahead and take a look at this as a grid. In this case, we have 62 beaches. So each beach is listed here with a unique identifier. And a beach, in turn, may have a advisory. So in this case, the first beach had 3 advisories, and here's the start and end date of those advisories, and some other information about it, such as the reason and other stuff. So what we want to do in this particular example is we're going to take this XML file, and we're going to create a web page that shows all of the advisories for the beaches in this file. In this case, we have a style sheet that's already been created, and the style sheet is easily identified because it says it's a style sheet in the root element, or the first element in the file. And then we can actually output HTML as we loop over each of the items in the XML file. So in this case, you can see we actually have a for each loop. So this will loop over every organization in this first example here, and list the name of the organization that did some activity with respect to the beach. And then we have a for each beach. So for each beach, we're going to get this section here. And you can also see selectors here where we want to put something like the name of the beach. That's the description here. The state where the beach is located, that's here. And so all of these translation rules are built into the style sheet. So we're going to go back into our XML file, and we're going to assign the style sheet to it. So we can tell it to do a transformation, and we can browse to the style sheet. There's the notification style sheet. And here we go. We have outputted HTML, and we have this document here, and it lists each of our beaches. And if you recall from the XML file, the first one should have 3 advisories. And sure enough, we can see 3 advisories here, and the start and end date, and all that good stuff. So style sheets are used to take the XML file, and in this example, turn it into a web page that's human readable. Again, style sheets can also be used to translate from one XML format to another, or you could even go from XML to a flat file format if you needed to do that. Okay, so that's all we're going to share with you today. We've touched on the basics of XML. Some of the take-home points from today. XML is ubiquitous. It's in a lot of different applications. Use it natively. And we've seen many examples of that here today. XML is made for machines, but it's really human-friendly as well. XML is easily viewed and manipulated. We've seen how we can do a lot with Excel, for example. XML schemas are used to enforce the structure and integrity of an XML document. And style sheets are used to transform an XML document into something new. And lastly, XML really isn't that scary. Thank you for joining us for today's session, and I hope you enjoyed the information that we presented here.